Text Feature. The Text Feature Award recognizes exemplary work published in print or online that is not specifically investigative in nature. The finalists are Althea Raj of Huffington Post Canada for How Trudeau Won. HuffPo's inside story of the Liberal election victory comprised a 13,000-word retelling that included dozens of interviews with party insiders, including rare conversations with campaign masterminds Jerry Butts and Katie Telford. Althea Raj spent weeks in battleground ridings and sorted through countless internal documents, and her story was online less than a week after the polls closed. Shannon Proudfoot of Maclean's magazine for Joe Has Alzheimer's. He's 38. Joe Obent struggled with dominantly inherited Alzheimer's, a rare form of the disease that strikes sufferers when they're still young. Shannon Proudfoot earned the trust of Joe and his wife, Robin Giles, as she explored the crushing reality of a man whose marriage was tested as his world shrank to a shadow of what it once was. Angelarett of OpenCanada.org for A Movement Rises. The crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls may be a new issue for most Canadians, but many communities have struggled with unspeakable loss quietly for decades. Angelarett traces the emergence of a fight against violence through 6 personal stories that culminate in the federal move to launch an inquiry into a painful national crisis. Matthew Pearson of the Ottawa Citizen for The Passenger. David Gibson survived a tragic collision during his morning commute. The resident of suburban Ottawa sat at the top of a double-decker bus that slammed into a Via train. He survived, but remained haunted every day. Matthew Pearson profiled Gibson's struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder and his determination to keep riding the bus. Andrea Hill of the Saskatoon Star Phoenix for Who Is It Now? When sirens wail in Lelouch, people can't help but wonder if it's yet another suicide. When a young man in Lelouch died of suicide in March 2015, the same week 5 others tried to take their own lives. Andrea Hill traveled to the community to explore the causes of the suicide epidemic and what residents needed to improve living conditions. Hill was reportedly one of the first journalists in years to visit the community.